Thanks, Jim. We've got some exciting guests in the studio with us this morning. We're joined by Noah and Ethan. There are two actors from the Lost Colony out on the Outer Banks, and we've got a lot to talk about this morning, including a very big celebration coming up this Saturday. But first and foremost, let's talk about what the Lost Colony is about.
So, starting in 1584, there were 3 expeditions sent out by England to what they called the New World, which is now modern-day North Carolina. And it was the attempt to start a permanent colony in this part of the world. And in between those different expeditions, starting in 1584, going into 1586, and then with the last expedition in 1587, which actually became the Lost Colony. And during out the show and during the actual history, those colonists came in contact with Native American tribes during this time and traded in order for them to establish a permanent link and learn where the food was and how to fish and how to hunt. And there's some love stories in there if you're interested in that, but just many different things. And there's some things that were just adapted for the stage, and even with the ending, it was adapted to make it better for the theatrical sense.
Well, it's definitely a production, no doubt. I was watching some videos, reading about it all over the past few days. What is something that's so exciting about the show?
There are a lot of unique aspects of the show. More recently, there are some very high-tech projections that we get to see on stage. Puppets, the costumes are very authentic. There's some very cool, exciting stage combat scenes, which usually grabs people's attention. Yeah, those are just to name a few.
Okay, and you guys have both been with the show for a few years. It just recently started in May. What has it been like to be with it for a few years and then see it develop into what's exciting on Saturday?
It's really amazing just to see how much it's grown even since we've been here. Starting in 2021 was the first time we included a full native cast to play the native roles, and it's just amazing to see the conversations that we've had with the amazing creative team that we have there at the Lost Colony and asking us how we feel and what we how these characters would have reacted to what was going on during this time, and also just the tech side and how much it's grown, and it just keeps adding and it just keeps becoming even more great every year. Alrighty,
well, on Saturday they've got a very special performance coming up. It's their 5,000th performance of the show that started in 1837, if I'm not mistaken. But, so what does that mean to each of you?
It means a great deal. It's a unique privilege to be a part of a production with such a long history in outdoor drama, and the story itself is very compelling. It's something that I feel like a lot of people have gravitated to throughout the years, and I think that's a testament to the longevity of the show itself. So to be a part of that, especially as an Indigenous actor, it's exciting, it's humbling, and we're looking forward to just recognizing the past, but also being able to look for the future and seeing how the show evolves.
And I both want you to quickly answer, what does it mean to you guys to be Native Americans yourself within the show?
Well, for me, it's really important to know for our children and the next generations to know that this is something that we can do, that we have the ability to do, and it's out there and it's an opportunity, and we're able to tell this story, to tell our tribes, our people's story, and tell it the right way.
And exposure and representation makes a big impact, not just for Indigenous youth or people, but to other audiences who may not have had that type of exposure to recognize, yes, there's still an Indigenous presence within North Carolina, within the country at large, and I think that's really important. Tying that into the story at large, being able to commemorate the bridging of these two worlds, which is very exciting.
All right, well, if you guys are interested in seeing the Lost Colony, you can head to our website and find a link there to purchase tickets and see it. Again, that 5,000 show is this Saturday. Our Jim Howard was there recently for a different show and said it was a wonderful time. Now,